This is it. The bracelet of the brash general.
Emblem Hector dwells within. A brave leader who embodies the fighting spirit of the Pyrenees. He was once daring and gallant. Now, as Celestia informs us, he is tainted by evil.
I wish I could summon him again. Give him a fresh start.
There is no point lamenting what cannot be changed. I will return him to slumber now.
Rest easy, Emblem Hector.
Thank you.
Again, the emblem speaks.
It seems a shame to drift off so soon, but I suppose it's not all bad. I just hope we can all stride into battle together. Someday.
I'm sure we will.
You put the general to bed, I see.
King Alfred, please, call off your invasion.
Without the bracelet, I don't have much choice. But Nil just told me you're from another world. Is that true?
Yes, it's true.
Adds up, I guess. If you were our divine dragon, you wouldn't have taken our bracelet by force. You'd have sided with us. Or you'd at least have been nicer. Clearly, you're not the friend I knew.
Alfred.
But still, I'm glad I met you. You may not be from this world, but I can tell you have the divine dragon's heart. Sorry about before. I really did think you were one of the corrupted.
For my part, I owe an apology to Nell and Nil. I insulted you, tying you unfairly to Sombron. You are not to blame for his actions. I am deeply, truly sorry for losing my composure.
Noted.
We were all devastated to lose our beloved divine dragon. Of course we understand.
Hey, I've got an idea. How about you take us with you? A little extra muscle might come in handy if you're going around collecting bracelets.
Yes, an excellent idea. I already have my knights assembled. They could come as well.
Absolutely. It would be a great comfort having you two on our side.
Alas, we cannot.
Huh? Why not?
It is out of the question. And it is not your choice to make, Divine One. While it is true that we summoned you for help, this is not your army. Whatever authority you are accustomed to in your own world does not apply here.
Right. Sorry.
You'll have to forgive us, Divine One. Nell is harsh, but she speaks the truth. I am also opposed to allowing the Pyrenees to join us.
What do I have to say here? Are you gonna make me beg? I need to make up somehow for treating you all so badly. Let me help keep you safe.
The battlefield is no place for a king. The people need their ruler to watch over them.
Not only that, but think of what would become of your kingdom if it were to lose you. Pyrenee would be left entirely without a monarch, or even an heir.
Then at least let Salian and her knights go with you.
The king's sister is every bit as indispensable. And the knights must defend their castle. If your intention is to make amends to us, then I would ask you to think foremost of yourselves.
Fair enough.
If that is your wish, we will accept it. Shall we keep our bracelet here in Pyrenee?
Why?
I can assure you, we will not misuse it. After all, we can awaken sleeping emblems. But if our enemy wants to collect the bracelets, is it not safer to keep them apart?
That would be logical. But for the likelihood that our enemy has the power to awaken emblems. If that is so, the emblem's slumber becomes irrelevant. And if that happens, there is no telling what havoc the brash general will wreak.
Better to keep them with you, since you can put them back to sleep. Makes sense.
I appreciate your understanding.
Nothing more to discuss then. We'll head back inside and leave the bracelet with you. Sorry to give it up, but at least it's in the right hands. More importantly, Divine One?
Yes?
The hardest part of all this is saying goodbye to you, my old ally. But I'm so glad you're back. When we lost you, I was beside myself.
Alfred, I'm not the divine dragon you knew, remember? Nil explained it.
Oh, right. Silly me. I'm new to the throne, so I've been burning the candle at both ends. Guess I'm a little worn out. Not very becoming of a king, is it? If I'm not careful, people will start to talk.
It's all right. I am here to support you, Alfred. Let's head back so you can rest, I will begin thinking about ways to revive industry here in Firene without resorting to war. As for you all, when your mission is done, please do come back and visit with us.
Yeah. Best of luck.
Was Alfred all right? He seemed to be acting a little strange.
Probably just terrified. My sister does have that effect on people when she's angry.
I was not angry.
Nil's got a point, though. You were too harsh with your words.
I refused their offer to join us on principle. You did not have the right to invite them.
I already apologized for that, didn't I?
Lord Nil? Is there something going on between those two?
They've been tense with each other from the very start. It is becoming a bit of a problem. I wish I could convince them to get along.
Perhaps it's hard to accept that this one is in fact a different person. It is quite unexpected. In the past, Lady Nell was so...
I am right here, you know.
My apologies.
At least there were no assassins this time. I'm not sure I could have handled that. It was hard enough just fighting Alfred and Saline.
That does not mean they will not show up again. We should remain on guard.
You don't think we might be fighting twins, do you?
Twins?
Back at Lethos, Nell mentioned that fell dragon children are always born as twins. It's just a thought.
It is possible, but nearly all fell dragon children lose their twin siblings as they mature. I do not think it is terribly likely.
Sorry, did you say lose their twin siblings?
This is the first I've heard of it. Lady Nell and Lord Nil, you're still together?
We are exceptionally fortunate to be so.
Then I'm glad neither of you lost your other half. That would have been awful.
Kind of you to say.
There is no point to baseless speculation. Let us focus on reclaiming Brodia's bracelet.
Right. Your world's Brodia. I'm curious to see what kind of place it is.
It seems like we lose more siblings by the day. Pairs of twins like us do seem to be getting rare.
More and more, I see them talking about killing one another. They call each other weak. They laugh at twins who haven't fought to the death yet.
Unthinkable.
I'll be next. I'm sure of it. They'll come for a failure like me any day now.
Do not say such things.
But it's true. Stronger ones than me have already died. Ones who were much more useful to Father. Even if I'm not next, it's only a matter of time. I'm so scared.
Nil, listen to me. Come what may, I will protect you. I swear it.
Well, we cleared Xenologue 2. I would love to save past 145 hours. What am I at on the, thing, though? 160, yeah. Sounds about right. Sounds about right there. Wow, so the next one is gonna be up towards Brodia. Seems like skirmish on the world map. I'm gonna go to bed here in a hot second. I need to get a lot of rest after. I don't know what you mean, skirmish on the world map. Maybe in the main game is all that means? But yeah, I need a lot of rest after that 24-hour charity stream, so, you know, I'm not doing any more maps tonight. I don't think there's anything I need to do at the Somniel. Now that I have a better idea of what's carrying over and what works. Oh, maybe I should have checked my inventory in there. Maybe what I should have done. See if I had that Rider's Bane in second physic. Should I? Maybe I'll do that quick. Maybe I'll do that here really quickly. Might not be the worst idea in the world. Basics. Weapon advantage cannot break armored units. Yeah. Something to help set armored units apart. Alright. Oh, and I could probably be doing Somniel visits between, each battle and that, too, can't I? It's a, does it count as a thingamabob? Like a full main battle where all my things refresh? Yeah, it does. Oh. I should have done that after Xenologue 1 then. Alright, well. I guess we're doing a Somniel visit in that case. And I'll keep in mind to go to the Somniel between fell Xenologue battles. Huh. Well, yeah, I'd done that the first time. I could be grinding, like, supports and stuff still. Which, also... Do you say things about what's going on in the Xenologue now? Okay, yeah, it's just... Okay. So, probably not anything about the, battles we were just in. Yeah, well, Corrin's really darn good on me, is the thing. Because I can choose any Dragon Vein effect, and it really helped me get through that, that last battle there. I wonder if I can still cook meals for, like, the bonus in the, Xenologue. I guess I'll cook a meal, I'll find out next time. I mean, next time I stream this, I'll probably forget that I even cooked a meal. And then I'll forget to check to see if my stats seem like they're boosted. But I can cook a meal anyway, and, see about that. I'll use the Amiibo Gazebo some other time there. I can also give a whole bunch of my spirit gems to people between sessions if I get around to it, and then get a bunch of support conversations. Linden's fishing. Fishing is hard, although it jolts my thunder may cause the fish to float up to... maybe not. Hi. Good to see you. Let us do some fishing here. Yeah, use the Supreme Rod. I have my place over here that I like to go to. I wasn't quite on the Ripple, but that is a-okay. I'm going to adjust in my chair here and get all comfortable for fishing minigame stuff. Ah, large shadow. Alright, beam mashing. I haven't done this in a little while. A month now since the last time I've done this. It's weird coming back to this game. Sorry, Jesse, did I disturb you?
I suppose fishing isn't
what kind of things can I talk about while this is going on? Because I just thought I'd do like Xenologue battle to Xenologue battle, but I guess there could be Somniel in the mix like always. When it comes to Fire Emblem on this channel, I still want to do the original plan of Blazing Blade and then Conquest this year. I would still like to do that if there's enough time here. I'm playing Metal Gear Solid, maybe really good at mashing for that torture sequence. That probably had no effect, but, you know, I'd like to imagine that at least. I still want to do the same plan for Fire Emblem Blazing Blade. I'm unsure if I want to do, like, the same layout design as I did before when we did Lynn's story, where there's, like, the gifs of all the current active party members on the right side there. Like, I feel like on one hand it could be kind of cool. On the other hand, it might look kind of distracting and weird. I might be able to clean it up a bit. Like, maybe make icons at the back or something like that for them. Like, not... In the Pokemon playthroughs, for example. In the Pokemon playthroughs, for example, they have the backing of a Pokeball that they exist within that makes it look a little bit more professional. But for Fire Emblem, I don't really know what I do. Or maybe I can have, like, a row of my units and then, you know, something else vertically. Like, maybe move the chat to the, you know, right side and have it, maybe do something like my Pokemon Platinum layout where it's like, here's chat and then here's like a row of my units or something like that. Would I have space for the text of their names? I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna do. So when we start Blazing Blade proper, I don't really know what I'm gonna do. Hello, Cam. How'd the 24-hour stream go? It went pretty alrighty. You can see that we hit the goal up there. Nope, just mash is the strat. Just mash is the way to go. It went pretty alright. I'm pretty beat here. Did 11 hours, actually 12 hours of Tears of the Kingdom. And then, close to 12 hours. We did like 11 hours of Metal Gear Solid. So, that was an interesting time there. I didn't manage to be able to fit in Ring Fit because the Doogie was here and I didn't want to, you know, didn't want to kick her out just to play the silly exercise game. So I'm probably going to do that tomorrow. Well, today it's after midnight right now. So, yeah, that's the most efficient way to do it there. So, yeah, I'll probably prepare for a little bit of Ring Fit. And, like, I figure I'll have, like, the fundraiser thing where I'll be open until the end of the month. So that it can still include things like Ring Fit that we do for, you know, typically charity kind of stuff. Is the plan there. Bam. Let's cast my line here. So, yeah, there's that. What other things can I talk about while I'm fishing here and doing stuff? But yeah, Doogie is here, having some trouble settling down right now. It seems like another giant shadow. So, but yeah, with Blazing Blade, I'm probably gonna, like, run through a couple design ideas and stuff. The, one that was used before was just kind of, you know, relatively quickly thrown together. So, I might try to professionalize it a little bit. we shall see.
What were you thinking?
We shall see. First, I gotta get through this, and then I'll consider, you know, Blazing Blade stuff. I have no idea when Blazing Blade is supposed to be coming to a Nintendo Switch Online there, or if it's already out. I haven't really been paying attention to anything like that. And I just kind of want to not be on top of that and just keep on telling myself in the back of my mind that it's totally not out yet, and who knows when it's coming out, and I'll totally do it before it releases there. So I'm gonna keep telling myself, I figure. Ah! So we'll see how that goes there. Fire Emblem Fates Conquest, I'll probably just use the same layout as I did with Birthright, but you know, edited to be Birthright rather than Conquest. As well, probably do there.
I'm impressed.
That one should be pretty easy peasy.
Do you want to keep going?
I would love to keep
Where were you
fishing.
thinking?
What are some other thingamabobs here? In terms of life stuff going on recently, I guess, well, I guess another project that I can mention is the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet video essay is out now. I don't think that was out, you know, during the last time that I streamed this game, because it was a month ago. So that came out, and my goodness, that was one heck of a project that I'm, you know, glad is out there, and I can kind of forget about and move on to other projects here. But I have so many other projects. To think this was already a 140-part series with the main game, and now with this DLC, it's gonna be even longer. I mean, it won't be too much longer, I don't think, but still, you know.
Where were you thinking?
Man, why am I always playing all these games that take me like forever to get through? First thing over your time, you've been studying and doing schoolwork all day, but it's nice to see you're doing good. If a little overworked, yeah, a little tad there, but yeah, I'm getting through. I'm getting through there. I assume that means that you're just stopping in and stuff. If that's the case, I do hope you have a good rest of the night. If that's what that is to say there. I guess in terms of other stuff to chat about while I'm doing Somniel things. Okay, so that was indeed that. In terms of life stuff, there's my truck project that I'm continuing to work on and stuff. Our show is so much easier than Giant Shout, yeah. Because Giant is like even larger than large, I guess. Would be the case. So I continue trying to get my 1953 like classic truck on the road. I thought it was a 52 for the longest time, but I found out a few weeks ago from an inspection that it's actually a 53, so the more you know. It was the largest large ever large. Yeah, that's the Giant ones. And I've got it insured already. Insurance was really easy to get on it, actually. But registration, turns out it's really hard. I appreciate that there. Can't redeeming time yourself out for 10 minutes already. Enjoy the 10-minute time out there. Bam.
Good catch.
Try to get it registered. But it turns out if something isn't registered for like 10 years, it's just wiped from the system. And they don't have like any records of, you know, vehicles from 70 years ago. Which means I need an out-of-province inspection. And to pass an out-of-province inspection, everything that was working on the truck when it was like brand new, manufactured there, needs to be working now. I feel something else so easy, so I've been lounging around like it's my own home. It basically is everyone's home here now. Right? Ah.
Please listen.
I hear the fruit that grows here is delicious. Could you eat some for me too? Yeah, I totally will. So, like, all the things that need to be done for, like, basic legally driving stuff, like signal lights, brake lights, and stuff like that, brakes are working. Oh, and I missed the, item that's up here. And thought that that'd be good enough. We'd get in and get it registered and start taking it out for a bit of a spin. Nope. Turns out we need this out-of-province registration. I even went to a small town where my grandparents live and went into the registry with my grandpa because he would have been the last registered owner. But because it was over a decade ago, they don't have it on record at all, and it's like, I'm out of luck. So,
Indeed.
I like gathering on the campfire, but not as much as I like watching everyone else do so. Is it worth talking to everybody anymore? I've probably seen a lot of the dialogue. I've gotten used to this holy place, but maybe I was simply suited to it from the start. No! Shut! So, it's not gonna overcomplicate things too much, I don't think, this out-of-province inspection. The two big things left to get done are the wiper motor and the glass. And I tested out the wiper motor, and it is working, but, like, not well. It would not pass a test there. You want this sashimi here? I did some tinkering on it a few days ago, and I got it so that when you turn the wipers on, they go up, and then they stay there. If you push it down, then they'll just, like, push themselves back up again, and then they don't go down. So I don't know why it's only going the one way. It seems like there isn't enough oomph with the wiper motor. Like, if I disconnect the wiper blades from the wiper motor, it will do the back and forth kind of turning, spinning thing that it needs to do. But I guess when the actual wiper blades are attached, it can't quite manage it. Seems like I don't think I need anything from in there. It doesn't have enough oomph. It needs to get more vacuum. So the wiper motor that's in there, being as old as it is, I guess there were electric wiper motors in that era. We might even pick one up because it'd be easier to deal with one that's electronic rather than working on vacuum. Really? Just iron and stuff? Oh, there's a silver. Nice. Okay, neat. Wasn't all terrible. And what that means, essentially, conflict steals joy from people across the world. Very much like to help restore that joy. I'm sure we will. It works off of vacuum from the engine, so there's no wires or electrical stuff that's attached to that wiper motor at all. Instead, it's just a hose from the engine that uses the vacuum caused by the engine to move the wiper motors. And because of that, it means that it has an inverse relationship with the engine. And what that means is that if you are idling, like if the engine's not doing all that much work, it should in theory be at maximum power and it's gonna be going like crazy. But if you hit the gas, it's gonna slow down and maybe even stop depending on how much gas you're giving it. So, you know, there's that. And when I was in that small town and having lunch with my grandparents there, we were talking a bit about that. And my grandpa was telling me like, oh yeah, there were times I'd be in a truck like that and going up a hill while it's raining. I need to let off the gas a little bit sometimes just to let the wiper blades get like one good swoop and then be able to see things again. Man, different times. Exercise helps me think. Now, how can I improve the plowing machine I built last week? I don't know. Hi. This is starting to get hard, but now that you stopped by, I'm sure I can do 100 more. Alright, chill it on the simping. Let's see here. You guys here for strength training? I can see the drive in your eyes. Yeah. I don't know if this will carry over into the DLC, but I'll find out next time I
How hard do you want to go?
hop into this. Yeah, let's train with Sami as we do. So, I don't know if the thing is just like so old and rusted on the inside that it's really struggling to move. Because again, when the wiper blades aren't attached, the thing is moving. It just doesn't have enough oomph. So we're probably gonna try like checking out the hose that leads into it that gives it vacuum, checking to see if there's anything wrong. Maybe even just replacing it because it probably either hasn't been replaced in a long time or ever, potentially. We can maybe do something to a test to see how much vacuum is coming out of there and see if it's good enough and, you know, what kind of vacuum is rated for that truck, like what's generally considered required there, and if that's supplying that and what we need to change to do that. Or we might just be like, screw it, let's get rid of this vacuum motor, let's put in a 6-volt electric one. Because the vehicles back then were 6-volt rather than 12-volt. It does make finding parts for it kind of hard, but maybe we'll try to... Gosh dang it! It's been a while since I've done this!
You got this!
So maybe try to track down like a 6-volt wiper motor and get that in there. As for glass and registration, there's a, apparently, gosh dang it. There's only one place that I've found that's willing to work on the glass, one crystal glass place, which any of the others could do it since you just need to cut out the glass to, you know, the shape and then install it, put it in there. Alright, still got the +3, nice.
Let's do this again sometime.
But, you know, nobody wants to work on a vehicle that old. You know, they're afraid they're gonna screw it up in some way. And be held accountable for that, I guess. So, the one in a small town, like, just outside the city a little bit of distance, but not too far, is willing to do it. Foreman there, super nice guy. He's like, oh yeah, I've worked on vehicles like that before, we'll do it, like, no problemo. And, I was talking to him about out-of-province registrations and asking if he knew someplace, you know, close that I could do that. And, because apparently you can get, like, a temporary registration that is valid for 7 days, just so that you can drive it to where it's gonna get inspected is the idea. So if I can get the glass replaced and the out-of-province registration done within, like, the same 7 days of each other, like, book it around that, then I'll be good, you know? Then everything will be perfect and legal and fine, you know? So, so he told me about a registry there that could do out-of-province registrations, and I got in contact with them, and they were like, oh yeah, we can do that. Out-of-province registration means that everything that was working on the vehicle when it was new needs to be working now, which means, you know, things like the wiper motor. But anything that wasn't on the vehicle when it was manufactured is not required. So things like seat belts, airbags, power steering, mirrors, signal lights, brake lights, those aren't actually needed. We do have signal lights and brake lights anyway, because those are, you know, actually really important. I mean, I guess seatbelts and airbags and stuff like that are important too. But we're not gonna bother putting those in, because, you know, keep it a little bit more original and stuff is the is the plan there. You know, bring someone into the vehicle and be like, yeah, there's no seatbelts in this thing. This was kind of before those times. So, yeah. At least this hasn't made a insanely high new list of things that have to be done. It's pretty much just added the additional task of fix the wiper motor. But still, that in and of itself will be a little bit of an adventure to figure out how the heck to fix that. So, we'll see. We'll get something or other figured out. But it does, you know, complicate things a little bit. Also, while I was in that small town there with my grandparents to see about that registration, break all the things. When we were chatting about that, I had mentioned that I was learning how to drive a standard with help from my neighbor, practicing on their Subaru, and starting to get the feel for standard, because I'm used to driving a manual. Standard manual is the same thing. Automatic. My car's an automatic, and that's what I'm used to driving. So getting used to, you know, the clutch and the gear shift and stuff like that has been a little bit of an adventure for me recently. And my grandpa ended up asking me, oh, have you ever driven a 3 on the tree before? Which is the kind of thing that my truck is, where rather than the gear shift being like on the floor, like kind of to your right there, it's to the right of the wheel, meaning that to shift gears, you have to kind of twist it up, down, and all around. And I said, like, no, I haven't yet. I haven't tried that out yet. And he asked me, would you like to? I was like, well, I certainly wouldn't say no, knowing what vehicle he had that was a 3 on the tree. So, not even a week ago, ended up, like just a handful of days ago, I tried out driving a 3 on the tree for the first time on a 1951 Pontiac car, which, you know, that was pretty neat. Just on like a little rural straightaway without any other vehicles.
Until next time.
Found shifting from first to second really hard, so I'm gonna have to practice a lot of that once I eventually start practicing with my truck and stuff. Well, my creation, the Divine Dragon's likeness, an ideal symbol for a holy place, no? First thing that I think of when I see this is like Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Founders, like similar kind of style of statue, especially with like the clothes, like the drapey bits of the clothes going in all sorts of directions there with the statue. Is kind of what I think of. I have, yep, items and stuff. There's some books, transform items. Yeah, just shove a bunch of these things in there, maybe get some books out of it. Shall see. We shall see what comes of that. So yeah, that was interesting there. We might actually take my truck out for like some test spins in the near future, just like in neighborhoods and stuff. You know, not out onto the actual road, but just, you know, within the neighborhood, and get the feel for it and see how well it's actually working as a vehicle. You know, we can figure that all out. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on with that project right now. There we go. Get a support conversation there. All right, bam.
Morning, Prince Alfred.
Morning, Amber.
You're up pretty early again.
It's never too early for a workout.
You're amazing, Prince Alfred. You never miss a day of training, do you? I don't know how you do it.
It's simple. Workouts are fun. It's like you and your myth chasing. Even when that gets tough, you never give up, right?
Huh. Yeah, that's true.
Besides, I can't afford not to stay in shape.
Oh, sure. Because we're in the middle of a war.
True, but I'm looking ahead to after the war, too.
What do you mean?
What? Did you forget the dream already?
Huh?
At the peak of some far-off mountain is every weightlifter's dream. If I'm gonna build the strength to get there, I gotta start training now.
Wait, you mean the Suprotein legend? I thought you gave up on that.
Nah, I put it on hold. Big difference. I might still go after it once the war's done. It's a reason to keep going. Can't fall before I get my hands on the prize, right?
But, Prince Alfred, you do all this prep when there isn't a single shred of evidence that Suprotein is real?
It doesn't matter. A dream's not about facts. It's about believing.
Yes, totally. That's exactly how I feel. Chasing legends is the best.
I'm just having fun in life, that's all.
Me too. I want to have that exact kind of fun. Can I train with you? I also believe in soup protein. So let me chase that legend too.
Sure, I'd love to have you aboard. We may be from different kingdoms, but we can still share the same dream.
Prince Alfred, if you get any cooler, my head's gonna explode.
Alright, those two are definitely really vibing with each other. But yeah, I guess we're really not going to have a whole lot of support conversations to go through while we're doing Fel Xenologue stuff. Because it'll just be what I unlock by doing activities and meals. You know, is the case. So no more two-parter of, thingamabobs, of the Somniel visits. I don't think, just single-parter thingamabobs. Sure, Citrine and Marin is our next one. Let's do that in that case. See those two. Yeah, stable. My goodness. Citrine. And then... Where the heck? It's gone past her. Marin? There she is. Jeez. My goodness. Here we go. Let's see. Whoops, wrong button there. This support conversation.
Marin, I've been meaning to tell you. Fighting alongside you is a thrill. You're quite cool.
Me? Cool? You're too kind. But since you mentioned it, can you be more specific? How exactly am I cool? Just curious.
Oh my. Where to start? You just seem so fearless out there. It's like watching a brave knight in action.
A brave knight, eh? I like the sound of that. Anything else?
Oh, shall I go on?
Well, I try my best to be, as you put it, cool. But I don't always know if it's working, I guess.
That is a bit unexpected. I wouldn't have guessed that a woman like you would be concerned with others' opinions.
Oh, I am. During battle, one must maintain an air of cool. Revealing weakness can be fatal. I mean, lose your cool on the battlefield, or off the battlefield, and you're asking to get hurt. No matter what anyone says, appearances are important. You see?
Yes, I do see. Though it must be very difficult to keep that in mind on the battlefield. And off.
I'm sorry, but I better get going. I've got to get back to my training. But thank you for the talk, Citrine.
It was nice to catch up. Best of luck with your training.
Huh, interesting. Well, I reached C. I think I've done all my activities here, right? Yeah, all those are used. We'll go eat a meal. I'll find out if it affects anything the next time that I hop into this. I'm not chatting with anyone this time. Vander!
Oh,
Welcome. Would you like something to eat? Yes. I think that'd be great. So, Marin and Citrine. And yeah, that'd probably be pretty good. Let's go do that. Put a rare fish in there. Start cooking.
Do not expect too much of me.
I don't know if it's actually
This
going
dish
to
is for
affect
the
Fel
divine
Xenologue,
dragon.
but
Failure
just
would
in
be
case it does,
inexcusable.
we'll see here.
I followed the recipe dutifully.
Nice.
I'd like to feed some to my wolf, if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
This may rival the cooking from my manor back home.
I guess Vander's a good chef. Well, D is pretty alrighty. Alright. Oh, and before I forget, every time I go to the Somniel, go do the stupid wake-up event thing. So that, oh yeah, and then go to the arena and train Chloe. As part of my routine there. Go do the stupid wake-up event thing just to work towards completion percentage, because, you know, even if I never 100% this game, which I'm probably not going to, I still like to be making progress along the way. Because if you just don't do this and then later down decide that you do want 100% it, man, the amount of battles you'd have to do. May as well just do this little smidge along the way anyway.
I'm here to wake you up, if that's all right.
You know, may as well get it. No, it's not.
Still
Long
asleep,
pause
are
there.
you? Perhaps my voice
Hope nobody-
is a touch too soothing.
Nobody wakes me up when I'm trying to get some rest tonight because, you know, recuperate
That's
after that
alright.
24-hour
Feel
stream.
free to
So I went to
enjoy
bed
the
at like
rest
7
of my
a.m. and I woke
wonder.
up at like 2.
Wake up at your
Okay.
leisure.
So, you know, at least that's kind. At least there's that. I wasn't entirely
Good
sure who that was by
morning.
the voice. I don't trust you,
Are you
Goldberry.
happy to see me?
No.
Of course you are.
And then it does like the fade through white, and then it's back in for a second for some reason. I don't know why it does that. Alright, and then we go to the arena. Wake up to an ally 30 times. So we've done that 30 times now. Alright, go to the arena, and then I'm done, I think. Almost 1 in the morning here. Wasn't actually expecting to go this long, but hey. Got the first 2 chapters done of the Fel Xenologue, so hey. That's pretty neat. Alright. Yeah, you're gonna keep on working towards becoming a mage knight one day.
Be a picturesque match.
You know.
Will you face me?
Yep. I'm sure she will. And
I must continue to improve.
You're gonna do better than our pre-promoted unit. Pre-promote it? Pre-promoted unit? I don't know what the term would be. You're gonna be stuck at 1 EXP away. This happens sometimes here. That was 21 left there, right? Alright, do it 2 more times here.
I am Chloe,
Twice more.
Knight of Firene.
You're gonna become a mage knight.
No quarter,
eventually.
or you'll regret it.
And then it's probably gonna win, right?
Oh dear.
Well, of course he's using the killer lance as well. All the things he could be using. Wait, am I getting 20 now rather than 10? When you beat the game, does it change from 10 to 20? Well, that's nice if so. Nice little reward to make your progress go out by a little bit faster after beating the game.
I'm a lot stronger than I look.
But I do wish that it was easier grinding skirmishes.
It's okay.
I haven't been opening this game as often as I should, but I still haven't seen a skirmish on the Xenologue thingamabobs, the DLC map stuff, to get that stupid silver card. Still haven't seen that happen. Alright, that's happened 90 times. Let's just go back to the plaza. Shortly after beating the game, I was opening it from time to time to see if a thing would appear there. I haven't in a little bit of time now. Maybe I should get back to it at some point. Because a silver card is probably an important thing to have if I ever want to screw around with more main game stuff here. I would be tempted down the line to try, like, the highest level of Tempest Trials if I took the time to, like, actually make my builds that I have planned on my spreadsheets. It would just take so long to get to that point that I don't know if I really have the motivation for it. Or the time.
This mission is taking so much longer than I thought. By the time I'm done, it'll be too late.
What's the rush, Chloe? Oh, do you have a hot date tonight?
Nope, there's this folk food stall I was hoping to visit.
A folk food stall?
Yeah, I have a thing for local foods made with unusual ingredients. But the shops that sold them were already rare, and the war has made them almost non-existent. I heard there was a food stall opening today, so I was hoping to check it out.
If it's that important to you, I can go in your place. I'll be your personal shopper.
You'd do that for me?
Sure. I'm not so busy that I can't make a slight detour on the errands I was running anyway.
Whoa, thanks. I think I'll take you up on that.
So, what can I get for you?
It's roasted snake meat between 2 buns. They call it a snake sandwich.
Why would anyone...
Folk food is always tied to local traditions. Eating it is like taking a bite of history. That's what makes it so great.
Oh. Huh. I think that makes sense. From a certain point of view. Anyway, I'll be back in 2 shakes with your sandwich of snakes.
Here's some money. Buy one for yourself, too, so we can eat them together.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like a, unique meal there. Alright, I think I'm done. Time to go get some rest. This is what I better do. Was that exactly an hour there? Stream manager. Nope. That was 59 to 29 there. Looked almost like the same thing at face value. Well, I gotta rest up and stuff. Gotta get my sleep back onto a semi-normal schedule here. So, yeah. Hope everyone who tuned into this enjoyed the first stream of the Fel Xenologue. Hopefully it won't take me too much long. Well, too much longer. That sounds like it's almost wrapped up. Hopefully it won't take me too long. Considering how many projects are going on around here. I'm very worried about how difficult the maps might end up being as we go on here. But we'll see what comes of it. So, until next time, take care and see you. Goodbye.